So some of you guys have seen that Palantir has been up double digits in percentages over the past few weeks, and I want to share with you guys 5 reasons why Palantir might continue to rock and roll for the next few weeks. I got 5 stats that I really want to break down. The first one here is that leadership in AI is absolutely going to drive the growth and acceleration of Palantir stock. Now, some of you guys know that Palantir is an AI company and that they have their own AI language model and that they allow other companies to really train with their language model and be able to optimize their own business using AI through Palantir software. So if you're not familiar, that's kind of the key. Palantir was up 1.42%. PLTR is the ticker symbol. Aside from that, you might want to know that there is a 2x of Palantir. It's PITR. I have it purchased over in my Schwab portfolio, and it goes up 2% every time Palantir goes up 1%. So that's kind of one of the biggest things that I want to show you. Palantir drive has come from AI, and we can continue to see that here in the near future. Now, the second thing is the strategic government contract. So, what was one of the biggest reasons that we saw Tesla grow? One of the biggest reasons we saw Tesla grow so significantly in the 2010s and leading into 2020 was really, like, by and large, from their incentives that they received from the government. I mean, you have a main reason why Tesla was in California was because they were receiving so many incentives for their electric vehicles, for their batteries, for getting environmentally friendly policies that basically improved their profits by driving their growth and allowing more people to buy Teslas. So, government contracts are going to be something that you want to think about. So, government contracts, the company Palantir has secured significant government contracts, including a 5-year, nearly $100 million deal to expand its Maven Smart system across the military. So, working with the military, such agreements not only provide steady revenue, but also reinforce Palantir's reputation as a trusted partner in national security. Now, it's not mentioned here, but they just signed a $1 billion contract, right? With a B, not 100 million, but $1 billion contract with Amazon. So not only are they working with the government, but they're working with Amazon. Now, Motley Fool gives this breakdown of if Palantir is a buy, and essentially in this chart, you can see it's up. It's up 1.4% today. You can see on the 6 month. Oh my gosh, look at that chart. That's absolutely amazing. It's up 81%. But if we look at this article and the reason why they're sharing this, it says, its commercial segment revenue jumped 33% year over year in the second quarter to 307 million. And in its US commercial revenue, it surged 55%. So, in other words, 33%, we're seeing good growth in its commercial segment. But what's even more fascinating is how much it's growing from the government. Over 55% increase from the government contract. So that's going to be a key factor. We see that with, for example, SpaceX, Starlink, signing government contracts is something that can really make it a great long-term buy, right? So let's get into outside of the government contracts. I actually want to include number 5 for number 3, and we'll get back to it. But guys, they just became included in the S&P 500 index. So Palantir's addition to the S&P 500 index has increased, and its visibility among institutional investors could lead to greater stock demand, potentially driving up its share price. I mean, absolutely. If you see a stock that is in the S&P 500, wouldn't you be more inclined to see it as a viable investment, to see it as a more secure investment? Well, Palantir is only at $130 billion market cap, which is like 1/30th of the most valuable company in the world. And it's ranked somewhere, I think, between 70 and 100th on the market cap rankings. But hey, if we're seeing that it could go up to even top 10, that would be near $1 trillion valuation, which would be about 10 times more than what it's currently valued at as a stock. So aside from the S&P 500 and kind of how the share price is looking, if we get back to number 3, we see that they're expanding into commercial markets. So it's beyond just the government clientele, right? Palantir is making inroads into various industries such as healthcare, energy, finance. I was reading they were in restaurant business, that they were in the aerospace industry, not just rockets and working with those companies, but also companies that are in the airline industry. And its data and analytics capabilities are being leveraged to optimize operations that drive efficiencies across these sectors, and it's really broadening its market reach. According to Yahoo Finance, Palantir stock, they did a bull and bear case for Palantir investors, and essentially, the bull case says that aside from defense and intelligence, they've brought into healthcare, energy, and finance, and their revenue has been surging year over year. Originally serving as U.S. intelligence community, Palantir now provides potent data analytics tools specializing in AI, aiding enterprises and government agencies in extracting insights from their data. So I also saw they signed a really big contract recently with, it was Boston College, so Boston Hospital. So that company is investing hundreds of millions of dollars to essentially use Palantir to make sure that their hospital is more efficient, and use AI to look at how many beds are filled, or how many to get the right doctors or nurses on shift based on the patients that they have and the specialties of their doctors and nurses and their staff. I mean, that's amazing. A human would have to look at so many different variables to try and figure that out, but AI can just synthesize it all and come up with the best solution fast. So that was a big thing, right? So their commercial was growing, and there's a really long-term approach as well with Palantir, which I like. The fourth thing is this is the fifth thing, financial performance and profitability. Guys, the company has reported consecutive quarters of profitability. They just crushed their earnings recently, and they got revenues of $726 million in the third quarter and 30% year over year increase. So the financial growth and stability really is building investor confidence. And we can see on Market Watch, they said that the AI is driving the acceleration in growth. Okay? So those are 5 reasons why I see Palantir as a valuable stock. If we look at the stock here in the technicals, obviously it's been up quite a bit. It had a healthy pullback recently today, down from $63 to $60 and slightly recovering. It's holding above that moving average, which is indication that it's going to continue its upward direction. Doesn't always, but it tends to. You can see the RSI and the MACD did pull back recently, looking like more of a buy, but still near their all-time high. Does that mean it can't continue up? No. I mean, we can see it pull back to this moving average as we've seen, and I believe that Palantir is a stock that will continue up. And as we mapped out, if their market cap is right now at around $130 billion, even if they reach the Magnificent Seven, they're going to be that would be $1.5 trillion valuation, which would put them at, what is that, 15 divided by 1.3? Let's run the math. 15 divided by 1.3. That would mean that their share price would increase by 11.5 times, which essentially would put their share price at a $700 valuation on the stock market. Now, that's what we saw with Tesla before having splits, and Nvidia having splits. I remember their stock prices surging to those levels as they entered the top 10 in the market cap of companies. So Palantir is a stock that you hear Elon Musk talk highly of. You'll see Nvidia seeing Palantir as a valuable company. And of course, even Amazon respecting the technology, as they recently signed a $1 billion contract with Palantir. And on top of that, you have the government as well. And the government just announced that they're going to be using Palantir more thoroughly in their military operations. So they're really hitting all the industries here. They are an AI company that I would keep an eye on and that I'm invested in as well. And I'm trading it is PTIR, which is the 2x of Palantir, and I have it over in my Schwab portfolio. We're up 1.75% on our portfolio today here on the Robinhood platform. For those of you guys that would like to see my live investments every single morning when I go live and trade right in front of you, and you're wanting to learn how to invest in the stock market, specifically in AI and tech companies, I would encourage you guys to check out that second link down below. That's StockMate. Again, if you want to watch me trade live, get access to technical and fundamental analysis lessons, and well, get the chance to surround yourself with other artists, investors, entrepreneurs, but mostly traders, then I would encourage you to check out, again, that second link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.